Yo. Hi, welcome to another Simtoon stream. Sorry for the chair again, still didn't fix it. Well, no time to get it fixed, and I don't have an idea actually on how I would fix it. But I'm Simon from Ongakan, and welcome to another stream. This stream is gonna be a multi-purpose stream with several topics at hand. I'm gonna start with coding because there's still some work that needs to be done in Ragjacker, and afterwards we're gonna play Fallout 3 and DX, do another episode of the tribute playthroughs, and in Fallout the Supermodded series, and in DX it's called just the tribute playthrough series. And we're gonna get right into it. You can see Visual Studio already. So let me just check everything here. Alright, that works. Recently I found out that you actually, because like if you remember last time when coding, I had Spotify on and I was listening to music, but apparently you can't do that with third-party music. So from now on, I'm just gonna stream on Gakken music, and that's it. And it's like subconsciously, perhaps it's also a way to kind of like make myself make more music, because it'll start repeating itself. So that would maybe be ideal. But either way, get into it. I have changed some settings in Streamlabs OBS, so the quality should now be better, but we'll see. I've changed the bitrate. Seems that that's going well, and otherwise, yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say, but we're gonna play Ongaku music. So we could start already, actually. Let's check our volume here. So I'm gonna play something, and let's see. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, and then when we're gonna play, I'm gonna turn it back up. So let's see what the volume is. These headphones for that. Hello. Test. Yeah, so you should be able to hear me quite well, and the music should be right there in the background, not being too much obvious, just like a backtrack or something like that. So it should be fine now. Alright. Let's put these back here. Okay. Let's get right into it. I'm finally putting my CPU to work. It's now at 35%. So I've increased actually the stream quality to the very slow CPU preset, because this 5950X can handle it. And I have 32 logic cores to use. So Definitely, definitely overhead to use. Too much overhead, maybe even. Alright, so today, mhm, today we're gonna get into a pawn that will act as a interactable camera. So I made quite a lot of decisions in the past couple of days regarding the whole hacking mechanics in Redjacker, and instead of roaming the server rooms physically, you'll be using cameras. So kind of like a bit like similarly to Watch Dogs. And like speaking of Watch Dogs, hold on. Speaking of Watch Dogs, I've been like, do you ever get that feeling mainly when you're working on something and you're focused and it's been a couple of hours and you just have this kind of like feeling that you want to play something, maybe something that you haven't played in some time, one of your favorite games or whatever that might be, and you get this feeling, this itch that you would really love to play this, but there's no time, or you like you had other plans, something like that. Well, that's exactly what I'm getting now, and I wanted to replay Watch Dogs as well, especially Watch Dogs 1, because many people were like, okay, like Adrian Pierce, the Watch Dogs 1 protagonist, was a dick and like this weird character and like weird personality, kind of like a creep-ish attitude. But actually, that was probably my favorite protagonist. And like some people might say that, like that I'm like him, and mainly my oldest friends would say that, but I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. But funnily enough, I like mainly when I was little, I kind of like wanted to relate to him, which sounds kind of weird. But I was young or younger, yeah, like much younger. Like when did Watch Dogs 1 come out? Let's see. I think it was around 2011 or 2012. 2014. So 2014. And when was it announced? Watch Dogs E3 announcement of Watch Dogs 1. Watch Dogs 1, when was it announced? E3 2012 announcement trailer. Okay, so 2012, 2 years before release. Okay, 2012. After the announcement, I was at my like at more or less that time I was at my grandmother's, and someone told me about it. Like, there's gonna be this hacking game. It's gonna be awesome. There's this trailer. Watch it. Like, you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. And like, it looks so good. And like, you have all these unique abilities that we've never seen in games before. And it's gonna be great. And I was like, man, like I at first I read a forum post about Watch Dogs 1, about the mechanics, and then watched the E3 announcement trailer, and there was also like, I think this one that I just looked up was the E3 story trailer, so like the cinematic one, but I've watched a gameplay trailer as well. I'm not sure, maybe it was a part of that too, but probably yes, because like during the E3 presentation they probably showed some gameplay too. But I looked at it, and I was like, this is what I've always like been dreaming of playing, and this is like a perfect game. And I was super excited, and I couldn't wait. And like I immediately like I was like, is it out? Yeah, like oh, there's already this video, like it's gotta be out, like. And I didn't know much about all this back then, and I was like, I didn't know that like E3 announcements are usually years before the actual release. So I was super excited, and I looked it up, and I was like, okay, so 2 years, but I I felt the excitement during the entire 2 years. And then after the release, I actually couldn't play it for some time because I didn't have anything to play it on. So I had to wait. But wait, was Watch Dogs 1 on the PS3? PS3. I think not. Was it? PS3 it was? Huh. Weird. But maybe I just didn't have money for it. Because I have a PS3 and I had it back then too. This is a new one. It's not the same one, but I've had a I have had a PS3 back then. Um so okay. Let me think. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why. Like it was probably that I didn't have enough money for it, but I was so excited, man. And I after the release, I was watching countless videos on YouTubers playing it, and I was super excited, and I was destroying all these like first play experience by watching those videos because like when you're super excited for a game and you watch these videos, you're ruining it. Just wait and then play it. Like that. Like I've learned that over the years, and with every new game that for some reason I'm unable to play right away, even though it's out, I prefer to not watch anything about it and just play it because the first time experience of pretty much anything that you're excited about is gonna be a strong one, a strong experience and a unique memory. So you don't want to ruin it by just watching other people play it. So, and that I think that applies to other things other than games. So if it's something like that, just wait for it. And with music, it's like that too, kind of like because like when you hear a song for the first time and you like it, like after you listen to it, you like it, and you're like, wow, it sounds great. You add it to your playlist or like it, heart it on Spotify or whatever. Then nothing can replicate the feeling you had for the first time you heard it, and especially if you listen to it over and over and over, it's not the same thing. So I think the same logic applies to games or other things like it as well. What the fuck? Spam on YouTube. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is this? What the fuck? Bots. Oh my god. I'm gonna delete that. I'm just gonna ban this person. What the fuck? It's on YouTube. Report and uh it's unwanted commercial content or spam. Get the fuck out of here. Like these bots, like it's so annoying. This like I never experienced this before myself. Definitely not on YouTube, but apparently it's a thing. bots just looking for live streams to post spam to, and I just noticed it. But either way, so as I was saying, I think that this applies to many things and not just music and games. So like the same logic. So like you can't replicate the first time you hear a song. So like in a game, the first time you see it, like someone else playing it, it's not as good as it could be if you were playing yourself, if you get my meaning. So it's better to wait. They posted it again. Huh. Okay, this this is weird. Even if it's not a bot, you're getting banned. Goodbye. Alright. Anyway, so as I was saying, it's better if you play it yourself. But enough about this. Like the point I was trying to make is that I had this itch to play Watch Dogs again because I thought that I could add it to my tribute playthrough series. Definitely Watch Dogs 1, and perhaps then for just like because I love the series, then just to the others as well, Watch Dogs 2 and Legion and the DLCs. I haven't played any of the DLCs of any of them. I tried, which one was it? Bad Blood for Watch Dogs 1, but I didn't complete it, funnily enough. So I'm definitely going to play those, and I might as well stream them. So speaking of that, let's see if I have Watch Dogs actually installed. Let's see. UPay. I renamed it to Ubisoft Connect. It's been some time. But let's see if I have Watch Dogs 1 installed, because I could play it. Could be fun. Let's see. Okay, while this launches and updates itself, because apparently it's updating. Let's get to this. So, sorry for the chair. So this is the class that will support our interactable cameras. So you'll be able to possess a camera, move it, and see stuff through that camera, obviously. Now, the way I want to do this is by, as you can see, it's a pawn. So the parent class is active pawn. And yeah, all right, this could work. And yeah, I have Watch Dogs 1 installed, the complete edition. I have the DLCs, but just, yeah. I don't know why I haven't played them yet. Weird. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Oh man, I had Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on my PS3. Like, weirdly, that's kind of like a forgotten game for me because I very much love it, but I just completely like kind of forgot about it. But I will stream Brotherhood as well. I think Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the best Assassin's Creed out there, and Ezio was the best protagonist. And since Ezio is also in Assassin's Creed 2, which I haven't played, but I saw videos, I could play it too for the first time because I have it in my
Renee said sorry XP.
UPay account. Okay. So yeah, I think I could do that. Could be fun. Let's do that. All right, let's get to work. Gotta focus. So we have a camera. We have a setup player input component because this is a pawn. So we have tick. We have begin play. These are overridden here. We have the overrides here. So let's build our constructor, which is here. So at first we could, like, this is the master class. As you can see up here, this class is the master class, the parent class for what the fuck? Come on. Really? Spamming from another account? Okay, so oh my god. Okay. Okay. We will, this is a master class, so all the children classes will be actually the individual cameras. For example, there will be a server camera that will have some specific features. There will be a camera that you will have in your garage, which will have some specific features as well, unique features that, for example, the server cameras won't have. So multiple types of cameras. We could say that there are multiple manufacturers, types of cameras, and they will have different properties. So I think that we don't need anything in our constructor right now besides calling super begin play. On tick, I think that we don't need anything on tick right now, but we need to call our setup player input component method, override it from the parent, and define it. So we'll need to define definitely our mouse.
Renee said img3.gelbooru.com.
Mouse control, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, what is this? Okay. A cabinet officer from Simtoon has sent me something that looks ridiculous. Okay. So I'm going to, what is this? I'm going to take code from Hanako's controller, or the Hanako's class. Another control is the character. So we're gonna go to, where did we define it? Where are the controls? Wait a minute. That's weird. Oh, right. Okay. It's actually not weird. In that case, we have to go to Imaginators, player character, and take the code from there, because There's no point in rewriting something if you've already written it. So I'm just gonna take that. I have it right here in another repository in Ongaken's namespace, player character, BP player character, source, imaginator, private, player character. Okay. And this is a huge class. I'm just gonna find keyboard controls, mouse controls. Okay, mouse controls. Here we go. So turn-at rate and lookup rate. We need these two methods. So I'm taking these and we need to change this up to a interactable cam master. Okay. Now don't worry about the errors. We're gonna declare them. These are, I believe these are public. But we don't need them as public. We can protect them. So protected void a interactable. Oh, we actually don't need to do that here. So we can do turn at rate and lookup at rate. Void lookup at rate. All right, now this one is gonna take a float rate, and since add rate, and this one is gonna take float rate as well. All right, both are. Do we need to call them in BPs? Let's just allow them to be called in BPs in case we do need to do that at some point. Okay. I like tabbing out these the method declarations after the specifier because you don't have to, but I think it's a clarity thing. So like you can see that this method is like this specifier specifies access and visibility of this method. So it's not just like the method immediately under that, but you can also see with the tab there. So
Renee replied to the Kentuckian what?
If that makes sense. If that makes sense. So we have these two methods. Okay. Now custom mouse sensitivity. No. We can actually cancel this. So let's throw this out. And let's do base lookup rate. We could define this, but I think that it's gonna be the same for all cameras. But look, no, let's just define it. So we need to declare a property which will be protected. So I'm gonna do variables, view property, and we want to see them everywhere, but we don't want to let BPs edit it. So visible anywhere should be able to give us exactly this. Indicates that this property is visible but cannot be edited. Yes. Now this is gonna be a float. So float, and let's call it base turn rate, base rate, base turn rate, and base lookup rate. Okay, base turn rate. methods. All right. We have that. So base turn rate and base lookup rate. View property, visible anywhere, load base lookup rate. There we go. Good. And we're gonna initialize with the value being at base turn rate, base lookup. Okay, let's finish this up first. 0.1 f, and base turn rate is gonna be 0.1 as well. Load. We have this done. Identifier base lookup rate is undefined. Base, okay. Base lookup rate. Why did base lookup rate? Base. It's just slow. It's delayed. But that's okay. Now get world. We need to actually include the header. Engine H this. So we'll put this into the header file. This should fix this issue. So let's try to compile and see what it does. This shouldn't take too long, but sometimes it does, even for no reason. So I have to wait. And during times like these, so like in a coding session on a stream, when this happens, I'm gonna do something else so we don't just sit here. And usually, like, I think that watching some other stream is okay and like makes sense, and it's something that I like. I enjoy watching other streamers. I have a quite a long followed channels list, and I actually just started recently with watching these. I didn't like. I pretty much didn't watch any Twitch streamers, but then totally randomly. But I found like I was, for some reason I was looking for like these fails videos, and I YouTube searched Twitch fails, and I found a top keg video and watched a couple of those. And then somehow I was like, that looks funny, and like these YouTubers appear in these videos a lot, and I was like, okay, like it sounds funny, they look okay, like they're funny, and they look like they have enjoyable content, and I kind of just like we got on the same vibe, like from what I saw there. I thought like that would be interesting too for me. So I looked them up and started following them, and yeah, just totally randomly just started watching Twitch actively. So like that's a funny coincidence. Now XQC is playing City Skylines, and I actually want to try something here. I want to try and host and see what it does. I actually don't know what this does. So I just want to try this, see what it does. Hosting has started, and let's see what it actually does. I have no idea.
Renee replied to the Kentuckian XP.
got problems with the police. There you go. There you go. On my dime, because I'm a good fucking president.
President of a city.
There you go.
Okay. Just
You want like a fucking high school?
interesting, Felix. Okay.
You want this right here? There you go. Just for you. Bang.
I know that you can't see it right now.
Happy now.
I'm looking into this hosting thing. Like I'm not sure what it does exactly. So I just
Bitch. Don't care.
I'm gonna take a look at my channel and see if we can see anything here.
Now what? Now I think we need industries, right? Industries is right. Industries.
Welcome to the Daily News 11. Today we have a
What
real
the-
resident that lives in Dogshit City. Now tell us, why should others move to this city?
We
Works.
are the best. Have shit-colored rivers, roads
Can
that
you hear
leads to
me?
nothing, and also garbage everywhere.
Wait a minute. What?
Traffic management tip. Try to keep main arterial roads intersection free to make traffic flow more smoothly, and feed them into roundabouts and other large roads instead of intersections with thin two-lane roads. Love you, Felix, XQCL in chat.
What?
It's purely industrial. Thanks, man. Okay, understood.
Hold on.
All
What?
industries right here.
All right, I get it. So the hosting replaces the entire stream on Twitch. On YouTube, it's still my stream, but on Twitch, it's totally replaced. You can't even hear audio. So sorry about that. I didn't know that. I wanted to try how this works. So we're not gonna be hosting. We're gonna just I'm gonna screen share the window of a stream just like before. So I think that's more appropriate and like makes a lot more sense. So our build is finished. So I'm gonna see, but it doesn't help us because we still need to specify the keys that we're gonna use to turn the camera. So in this case, it'll be the mouse X and Y to change the transform or rotation in this case of our camera or our pawn overall. So I'm just gonna do that. And we're gonna do it in this fashion. So this is also from Imaginator. So this is my code, just to make that clear. Interactable cam master turn at
He
rate.
said I am just somehow not really in the mood for it.
What? Okay. Okay. I mean that's fine. Interactable. Okay, master. Okay. Nice. This should work. Turn rate. We don't have an input for this, which is totally fine. I'm not actually sure what it's called, but we're gonna take a look. What do we call it then? Let's build again, and I'm gonna take a look. Okay, this is done.
Renee said I would rather watch some TV or read some discussions about Zen 4 and other stuff XP.
Okay. This is done. I'm gonna launch the engine and see what that input is all about at the moment. I want to use up all the time that is available. So like not just waiting for something to finish like a compilation process or lighting build or whatever, but use that time actually, not just sit around. Like in this case, I'm just gonna watch this. And it's funny because I was watching a bit before the stream and his city was still kind of small, but now it already looks pretty nice. 2029.
Indigents in the chat. Also add some more roundabout sex QC. It's looking pretty low right now.
This mother effer is really building a suburbaka level.
Chat, I want to make an arbor. Oh my god, we can't. It's poop. No. We can't ever fix that, can we?
Harbor.
The fishes are gonna be dead, right?
Oh yeah, because of the shit that literally shit coming out of the tubes. Yeah. The pipes. Yeah. True. I don't think that actually that can be fixed. I don't think
Oh my
so.
god, they weren't connected.
All right, so Unreal has launched. I'm quickly gonna check this. Quickly gonna check the input, and we're gonna continue with coding. So like something like this, I wanna just use all the time available, and just quickly switch between stuff. Now apparently YouTube is saying that they're not receiving enough video. Okay. So input. Yeah, now Streamlabs started. Skipped frames. My God. All right. What the fuck is this? X mappings. Look up. Well, yes. Look up. Look up and turn. Okay. So, look up and turn. Simple enough. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I'm not sure right now. I'm actually not sure. So let's just try and see the functionality and we'll see. I'm launching the engine again. And you're gonna see it. Skipping again. skipping frames. Not good. Not good at all. I need a new GPU. But I wanted to wait for the 40XO series or get the A6000. But like seeing this, I'm really not sure because it's really necessary. Seriously. Like, all right. So we're in UE. We're in the camera actually. So I'm just gonna share this with you. Just give me a moment here. And we're gonna create a child class for this class to host the camera or the camera. So I'm gonna make a directory for that and Streamlabs, and you're gonna see the engine. Okay, and now, yeah, all right. That's what we need right now. So some BP stuff here, but here in the camera, this is our. All right, we need to reparent this. And then we'll need to rename it. So cam master, interactable cam master, we will reparent this. And interactable cam master is a pawn, so this should work without any issues. So let's try it out. So let's do a play, standalone, and see what this does. I'm not sure if Streamlabs automatically detects that window or not. We're gonna see it. But it probably won't. Not sure, actually. Although it should because it's on top, and I think that the switching in the automatic mode is based on focus, but not convinced, so we'll see. But if anything, I'll just manually force it to show the window. We're getting some warnings here. That's fine. Oh shit. Running out of RAM, people. Yeah, you can hear the alarm. Alright, you can see it. Here we are. Press backslash. We're in the camera and it works. And backslash again and we're back. Yes, exactly. Yes, sir. This is what we wanted. Nice. So we can close the engine. So that works. Now we need to limit the possible range in which you can turn to sides. So we can set it like these cameras usually have, like, depends on which one specifically, but those that are in corners can like usually have like an angle like this. So that could be like, I guess like 90 degrees. So we can give it a 90-degree angle. So if that's this angle, then yeah, 45 and 45 each side. So we can go and do that. We can just do, I have to look this up because I don't remember. And what could it be called? Just a moment. Limit pawn rotation. There's a word for it. Clamp. That's it. Clamp. Of course. So we need to clamp the rotation load. So back in code, actually this is our rate of turning. Are we skipping frames again? 2 minutes ago, shouldn't be. I'm gonna enable performance mode though. Okay, but it should still work normally. And the turn rate, I think it's too high, so actually let's lower it. Let's set it to half of this, so 0.5 to 0.05. And also to clamp it, like if you think about it, this just gives us the amount of our turn over time. So that just gives us the value that allows us to turn, but we don't want that. But because this edge controller, your input, it just adds there. But we want to clamp the overall amount from the default to 45 each side. So from the default value, plus 45 max and minus 45 on X, and on Y, probably a smaller, could be like just 45 degrees to up and down on the Y axis. Actually on the X axis, because turning like this, your sides is rotation around the Y axis, and turning like this is around the X axis. So there should be a way to do this, to clamp the value from the default position so I'm gonna just take a look at this. View pitch max. Okay. Okay. Get your rotation. Use pawn control rotation. Okay. Could be. So apparently view pitch max and then view yaw max could work. So we need to do that in our constructor, which means that player camera manager, is that a class? A player camera manager. But that's a class reference. I don't think that's gonna work. No, it's not gonna work. We probably have to, yeah, it does not name a value. Well, of course it doesn't. But we have the camera manager already because we have a camera. But the camera is declared actually in one of the children, so we need to change some stuff around here. So So I'm pretty sure that we can get the camera manager from the camera. But let's try to do this, get like camera manager or something like that. Or player camera manager. Okay, so let's try get cam. There has to be a way to get the camera manager. There has to be a way. How can we use it? How can we just call it? Because apparently it's an actor. But it doesn't make sense. So it's an actor. Player camera manager. We have an include for it, which is nice. But does it help us? How do we call it? How do we call this? Player camera manager. Ah. Okay, well, for now, let's just do include components. Actually, camera is in camera.
Renee said img3.gelboora.com.
What is that? Camera actor, camera component. And let's declare a camera. So let's do comps as in components. And let's do view property. Technically, it's a property. And we want to be able to see it but not edit it. Just to not, we don't want to mess anything up. So let's just set everything up in C++ and just be able to see it and use it in BPs. And we need to do view camera component pointer camera, and we also want to we need a include camera, and I'm not sure if this is gonna be here, but we need a no, it's probably not gonna be here. Scene render. Okay, then I have to look up where that is exactly. So view texture render target 2D. Wait a minute. Scene capture. Scene capture components 2D C++. This is what we're looking for. And it appears to be in components. Okay. It's technically camera, but okay. Components, scene capture components 2D. And now we need to do view property, visible, and do view scene capture component 2D. Scene capture comp. We don't need the comp. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's a component, just to make the names shorter. Okay, now we'll need to remove these declarations from BPs to prevent any conflicts. So that's fine. I will do that when I launch the engine. And now it definitely exists. Cannot open source file camera. Well, it is there, so so we have these two, and for the camera we'll need to go to the actually not tick but constructor, and we need to instantiate them. So Wait for this. Succeeded. Yeah. So these errors are bullshit. They disappeared now. It's so slow. So slow. But we can do camera equals create default subobject of class U camera component, and here we can put a custom name for it, camera. Pretty obvious. And for the camera we wanted to be use on control rotation, and we want to set it to false. All right, and now we're gonna do our render. What do we call it? Scene capture. Scene capture equals create default subobject. It's use scene capture component 2D scene capture. Okay. And for this, I don't think we need to set anything. Well, we want to set actually scene capture and be capture every frame. Here it is in the pop-up. You don't see the pop-ups most likely. So be capture every frame, absolutely not. Okay. Now this is done, and this should pretty much do what we want. Now we would like to get the camera manager from the camera, but I'm not sure if we can. Camera manager. I'm not sure where that camera is actually. Where is the goddamn camera manager? Like, it's an actor, so how can we call it? What the hell is going on here? Hold on. Oh my god.
Strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter
Hold
immediately.
on.
Any is available.
You got a city.
Get a better dynamic camera.
Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon. Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures.
I want something crazy.
What did he do? Oh, Jesus Christ, they built a city and now he's destroying it.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area. A sinkhole has occurred somewhere.
I actually don't have this DLC even. Why is it lagging so much? My hardware is not even at 100%. Like, nothing is more than 100%. Okay. Crazy. Anyway, let's go back. I'm gonna close the stream for now because we're not gonna watch it right now. Now, where do we get the manager? So, okay, for C++ camera manager. How do we get it? How do we call the manager? Player camera manager. Because if it's an actor, it's weird. Benefits of using player camera manager directly. One of the coolest things about working with this class directly, we want to do this, is the level of control. Just tell the camera manager where we want to be. This can make things like switching between first and third person points a rather trivial procedure. Okay. Using custom player camera manager. We do want to use the player camera manager directly. But how do we call it? Like, Unreal is sometimes seriously confusing. View target, update camera manager. Like, it's a simple question. How do we call it? Where is it? Because player camera manager can't do that. Because if we do what one of the people there suggested, if we do this player camera manager, we just can't because it doesn't exist. It's undefined exactly. But what if get the player camera manager in code panel? Why am I still skipping frames? Get active vote vector. This guy has exactly the same problem as me. Get player camera manager function. Get player camera manager. Apparently not. But if it's a who could own this? We apparently don't. So like pawn doesn't have this method. This. So if we do this, get player camera manager, no. What if we do camera get player? No. Camera. What if we do get camera view? No, that's not it. It's not it. You can play statics. That could be. That could be target is gameplay statics. So perhaps we need to go here and include gameplay statics. I'm not sure where they are, but let's do gameplay statics. They have to be somewhere. Yeah, they're likely in Kismet. Game statics. Okay. Now let's try to do get player camera. Okay. Get player camera manager. Get player camera manager. Let's see if it's actually in Kismet. Okay. Found it by searching for something relatively different. Okay, we need to make a U property for it. I believe that I'm gonna put it into variables. But we actually don't need to save it somewhere, we just need to call it. Like, we just need one thing from it. So we could do view gameplay statics, get player camera manager. Here we go. Return the player's camera for the specified player index. Exactly. And get world and player index 0. So this gets the camera manager, and now with the camera manager we want to do pitch max, view pitch max, and view pitch minimum. Limit view pitch, limit the player's view pitch, but limited how? View rotation to modify both input and output. Limit the float is the input, but how is it gonna limit it? Is it like okay. So apparently let's try and do view pitch mix max and main first. View pitch max would be 45 and minimum is apparently there's some issue here. We probably cannot do this directly. Expression preceding parenthesis of a parent call must have pointed to function type. Yeah. Okay. Actually makes sense. Probably the get world needs to be pointer type. Or does it? And what if we do this? No. Expression preceding parenthesis of a parent call must have pointed to function type. Pointed to. But this gives us the output of this is the camera manager, a pointer to the camera manager. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So that's how it is. Yes. All right. Let's store it somewhere there then. So I'll put it in variables, U property. We can actually let's just use it internally. So let's just do a U camera a camera manager, a player camera manager. This should be good enough. Cam manager. Okay, and here we can just cast to it. So we can do cam manager equals cast a player camera manager. Come on, another profile. It's weird that Google doesn't have some procedures in place to prevent stuff like this. View gameplay statics, get player camera manager. Get world 0. Okay. And here, instead of this, we'll do camera manager. And thus, we put it here. Okay. I'll be right back. I have to go check something. Well, not regarding this, but I forgot to do something. So I'll be right back. Let me just mute this real quick. And be right back. I'm back. One more thing I wanted to show you. I had to put the flag down, or more specifically, it fell down, because these things up here, I'm not sure if you can see them, but they fell down because they were taped to the wall, and apparently that's unable to hold the flag. So I just temporarily I put it here on my chair. Not sure if it's ideal, but it's just like a texture for the chair sort of kind of thing. So but I will reattach it with probably some nails or something like that later. We'll see, but it's just a temporary solution, and the flag should be fine afterwards. So I think I think it's okay. All right, get back to it. Okay, so where are we? Let's close Ubisoft thing, connect now to preserve some resources. And I believe that maybe I should the hell? Relaunch the stream with lower settings, because like it's still acting up. I don't get it. Like CPU 30%, GPU at the moment 30%, VRAM 38%, RAM 66%. There is no reason for it to skip frames if it has enough resources, enough overhead. I don't get it. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna change my CPU usage preset to very slow. I set it to very slow because I wanted to, like, I suppose that it brings a higher quality then, like, of the video, of the stream. Because otherwise, like, what is the setting for? Like, you would obviously want CPU preset to set it to very slow, but very fast. Sorry, very fast. But like I don't like, they don't explain what actually it's what is it for. Anyhow, anyway, I'm gonna set it to very fast and bitrate to 4K and see what happens. I have to do this because it's gonna lag. Like, definitely when we play, it's gonna lag, and I don't want that. So I'll be right back. The YouTube stream should be paused, which will probably restart. So I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, and I will restart it, and it should work. So I have to see if I can actually make the stream continue. Probably can't.